Right, anybody that knows me knows I'm a huge Dick Smith fan of what he did for electronics and for specifically radio. We often, within our clubs, call Dick Smith the man that truly brought radio to Australia. And you have to be old enough to remember that. I'm 54, and when these products came out, they really did hit the market and sold extremely well. I don't have a full collection as yet. I will have. I'm going to do everything I can to get every radio that was ever produced. But I'm just going to show you a quick selection, and we've got more, but I just thought it would be interesting to have a look at just exactly how it evolved. So we went from a very much analog dial Dick Smith Bumblebee, which we did a review on the other day. Then we went up to, we got to LED readouts on the Wasp AM transceiver. These were 18 channels, so basically a lovely little radio. This was when legislation wouldn't let us have 40 channels, of course. And then one of my favourites, O2A chassis Cybernet. This is the Dick Smith Hornet, the original Hornet. This one's even got its original booklet with it as well. It doesn't get much better. You know, cases, front, just really, really nice for its age. Then we went along to the Dick Smith Hornet 2, and this was a particular favourite. Now, they went from a Cybernet chassis here to basically a Uniden chassis, which was a... those of you who know the Super Cheetahs and the AX144s and all these types of radios, very, very similar chassis inside. But Dick Smith just got it right. You know, a lot of people kind of remember the Hornet 2s because they were just particularly different in the way that their styling was. They just had this beautiful front on them that, you know, you just love to sort of turn on, and covers just really contrasted so well. My personal favourite, of course, the Dick Smith Scorpion bass. Now, both the Hornet 2, the Hornet, and the Scorpion bass are all 40 channel. I could check the compliance plates on the rear, but I would say most of them came out as 18s, had 40 switches. As an apprentice at the shop I worked at, one of the most common jobs we did that kept us brain dead was taking out 18 channel switches and, you know, putting 40s in. So of course, remove front panel, knobs, dials, blah, blah, blah. Take out switch, put in new switch, put on front panel, knobs, dials, cases. And I don't know how many we did of those, but there's a lot, absolute lot. All right, so let's have a quick look at each one of them, and we'll just go through. Now, I won't spend too much on this one. Analog dial. This is the Dick Smith Bumblebee. Now, unfortunately, we're still looking for a good example of this, but we've got a working example, which is great. We're just putting a bit of signal into it, as you can see from here, and we can take that signal right down to 0.5 of a microvolt, just hearing, and obviously come up a little bit, and she's good. And if we come off generate mode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's working like a dream. Probably help if I turn some volume up so you can hear it work, I suppose. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test, test, test. One Dick Smith radio working. Yep, so that's an idea of the Bumblebee. As I said, look, you know, we can respray the cases. We need a new front for this one for sure. So if anyone's wrecking a Bumblebee, hey, give us a call. We're interested, of course. Now we're getting into the nice stuff. This really was a jump in technology. LED readouts, RF gain controls, delta tunes, you know, noise blanket ANLs. This was really starting to get a bit interesting. We'll turn that scorch down there. And once again, receives right down into the noise. I'm just going the wrong way there. Right, let's go there. I can just hear. That's really hearing down. That's, my goodness, I'm just having a look at that. That's really hearing down into the, and now we're obviously bringing it right up. And the same deal. Let's have a look. Let's turn generate off and see how an original Dick Smith microphone too. And excuse me. I mean, who didn't love having the right bits? It's always a good thing to be able to do. So let's just have a little look at whether or not this actually works. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's working well. So that would be the Dick Smith Wasp 18 channel, excuse me, 18 channel AM set. All right, let's just turn that little noise we've got generated into it down a bit, so we're not listening to that so much. All right, this is one of my favourites. This is the one that's got the booklet with it and everything. It is just working, fabulously. 40 channel dial in them. And let's just check that plate on the rear. Probably says an 18. Let's have a look. It looks through my camera here. Oh, let's have a look here. Actually, it doesn't stipulate, does it? It just says it meets the spec of RB249, which I've actually got an original copy of that, which RB249 I think might have been 18 channel legislation. Oh, geez, now I need to read the book I've got, don't I? Anyway, so 40 channel and full upper, lower, and sideband, receiving, well, beautifully. That's 0.5 of a microvolt going into that, and as you'll see, it'll get a little bit rowdy, but super hot receivers and those things. I'm just going to turn that down a bit, and we'll just turn generate off, and we'll have a little look here. Oh, 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. Hello, test 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. It's working quite well there. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2. Don't mind the little bit of lamp dimming there. I just realised we're using one of our low current leads on this, and that's not going to produce a fantastic result. But let's go to AM and let's have a little listen of whether we can hear ourselves on this Motorola analyzer. 1 2. Not if I go to sideband FM. Sorry. Go to AM. AM will work a lot better. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 with a lot of feedback because I am absolutely too loud there. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 1 2. Working like a dream. So this is a particular favourite. Cybernet chassis, once again, absolutely just, the example of it doesn't get much better. It really is a clean looking radio, and for the age of it, I'm trying to remember, someone might be able to comment on the YouTube channel, but I'm thinking sort of late 80s release, but you might find it's even earlier than that. But yeah, certainly for the age of it, doing extremely well. So that's the Dick Smith Hornet, the first Hornet. So what obviously is next? So the Hornet 2, big favourite of mine. Really, really nice radio. Once again, 40 channels on the rotary dial there. No mods, no nothing. And look, we try to do that with all the radios we've got. We spend hours taking the mods out of radios if they've got them, only because we're really trying to get a bit of purity. Now let's have a look. Does the receiver work? Let's put some generate on, and I would say it does. I would say it works quite well. Just having a turn my volume down over here so you can still hear this one, and let's go to sideband. Look at that. Actually, that's very good. We're still hearing it there at 0.18 of a microvolt. Not bad. Oh, only just hearing it at 0.05 of a microvolt. So, really gets a bit loud, doesn't it? Get used to that in playing with radios, trust me. All right, so let's see if we can take that generate noise off just to sort of make life a little bit easier on your ears. And let's see if we can do the opposite. Let's see. Let's have a look at transmit. Oh, we might go to AM just to... I can actually resolve sideband on this one. 1 2 1 2. I just have to bring my attenuator back in here. That's better. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. Now, as a quick example, these will resolve sideband actually. If I go the right way, turn that up there. Now, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. That's one of the lovely things about the Motorola 2001. Allows you to listen to sideband as well. All right, so lovely, lovely radio. Always been a big fan of the Hornet 2s. It was the radio you couldn't go wrong with. Dick Smith really got it right with the design. I like the fact that for once they didn't go with the chrome on the top here. Every other model, Super Cheetah, you name it, Cobra's President. But this one went black on black, and it was different. I liked it because you had this contrast here, still keeping that really nice chrome-looking front there with the brushed aluminium look on the front. And anybody knows me knows I love brushed aluminium look, anything. Anyway, okay, so the only place to go from here is obviously the Scorpion base station. Was just absolutely one of the most beautiful bases that was ever made, in history, I think. It really just had that black on black look, and it was a real tough look, to be honest. And we've just got a little bit of signal going into it at the moment. And let's just go back to over here. And as you can see, we're definitely knocking it up with a better signal at the moment. And these received very much like the Hornet Mark 1, same board inside, and they really do percolate extremely well. This is a really nice model. Once again, Dick Smith microphone to match. And when we go to transmit, if we just turn all this generate noise off, we should get 1, 2. Oh, we should turn some volume up probably. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That would be because we are on AM again. So let's come down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we want to go to AM, we just basically go click, click on the radio, and let's go up to AM there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So yeah, they're a great radio, just as you can see, and making a bit of noise there. So that's really a run through of right through from the Bumblebee, the Wasp, the Hornet 1, Hornet 2, and Dick Smith Scorpion. And that's really quite a legend of radios, no question. Just hang on, a couple other things. The other thing that Dick Smith did so well was educated us. Whether you were a full call ham radio operator, or you were 7 years old and you were just wanting to get involved in electronics, it really was quite a range of stuff. We've got quite a bit more. I just grabbed a few things that we've got here. The Australian Radio Frequency Handbook that was put out by Dick Smith. Another one of the frequency handbooks, and I tell you what, they were handy in the day for sure. This is the sort of thing that got a lot of people started into electronics. These Funway into electronics books were just fabulous for people starting out, and they really did go from very simple to actually quite advanced as you moved along. But you learnt a lot of semiconductor theory, a lot of IC theory, etc. Now, here's where we're a bit light on. So everyone knows what we've got. We've got an 0506, 9697. Oh, that was a good one where they had Dick Smith on the front of Radio Communications. So put that one over there. This is a 9293 catalogue, 9495, and 9596. Now we are chasing the the balance of any of those ones that are not there at the moment, to try and see if we can get some of our copies are not great, but some of these are very dated, and sometimes you've just got to obviously take what you can get in reference to that. And our last comment is don't forget, Dick Smith was also very responsible for a lot of Yaesu product that came into the country. And I'm trying to remember which year Dick Smith took on the agency. There was people like Bale and Max Farmer, etc. in the olden days that probably covered more the 101 series. But from pretty much 101Z through to very current, there was, I think, a heck of an investment made by Dick Smith to be involved in the amateur radio market. It was huge dollars at the time. I mean, you really took a gamble on a very small Australian market, and it paid off. It was, Dick Smith was the place to go to get everybody Yaesu equipment that you wanted. And not only did you carry the radio, you carried the external VFOs, the station monitors, the external speakers, landliners, you name it. It was all there, and it was just something that made it so much easier for us as hams. And as a person that got my full call at 13, Dick, you had a lot to do with that, I can tell you. You just kept me inspired with all this equipment. It was like, I want. Being a little bit younger and working at McDonald's at the time, took a little bit longer to get some of it, but anyway. All right, look, this has been a bit of a run through, mainly on some of the CB range, but I just wanted to mention the Yaesu range of gear as well, because, as I said, it was incredible investment, huge. I mean, I later on became someone in business, and sometimes found out that banks don't always give you money. You can give them the best plan, and we've had to take some risks ourselves over the years, and fortunately, kind of paid off. All right, 73s from VK3 Charlie Mike, and certainly great to show you a bit of the Dick Smith stuff. If you hear me on CB, you'll hear me as Aussie Radio 444, and we've just been using that call sign just lately, so certainly say hello to us, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we love making these videos for you. All the best. Cheers.